The Exorcist wasn't supposed to survive. A cursed set. Injured children. Real spine fractures caught on camera. 9 people died during production. The studio thought they were financing a disaster, but somehow, it became the most terrifying movie ever made. Here are 20 insane facts about The Exorcist that prove this movie shouldn't have worked, and they're more disturbing than the film itself. Number 1. The entire set burned down, except one room. In 1973, production ground to a halt when a mysterious fire consumed the entire McNeil house set. 6 weeks of delays, hundreds of thousands in damage. Here's the twist. The only room that survived untouched was Regan's demonic bedroom, the same room where all the possession scenes were filmed. Warner Brothers was so spooked they brought in a real priest to bless the cursed soundstage, the fire investigator. He called it unexplainable. Number 2. 9 people connected to the film died during production. This wasn't your typical Hollywood casualty count. Actors, crew members, people tangentially connected to the production. They started dropping like flies. The deaths were so frequent and bizarre that cast members genuinely believed they were dealing with supernatural forces. Not Hollywood superstition, actual terror. Some refused to return to set without religious protection. Number 3. Warner Bros. Almost pulled the plug 3 times. The studio was hemorrhaging money on a film that seemed determined to destroy itself. Budget overruns, constant accidents. A director who fired blanks at actors for authenticity. Each time executives flew to New York to shut it down, something would convince them to keep going. A powerful scene, a chilling performance, or maybe something else. By the end, they'd spent 3 times the original budget on what felt like a cursed experiment. Number 4. The director used real psychological torture. William Friedkin didn't just direct actors, he terrorized them, firing prop guns without warning, slapping them between takes, creating an atmosphere of genuine fear and confusion. His philosophy: real terror creates authentic performance. The cast wasn't acting scared, they were actually terrified of their own director. Some actors still refuse to work with him today. Number 5. The bedroom set was kept at freezing temperatures. To create that unnatural cold during possession scenes, Friedkin refrigerated the bedroom set to below 40 degrees. For months. Linda Blair, a 12-year-old child, spent hours in this freezer wearing minimal clothing. She developed a lifelong aversion to cold that persists today. The visible breath you see on screen, that's real hypothermia in progress. Number 6. Linda Blair's spine was actually fractured on camera. That violent bed-shaking scene, Linda Blair was strapped too loosely to the mechanical bed. When it thrashed her around, her spine fractured. Her scream of pain is real. And that's the take they used in the final film. For 50 years, audiences have been watching a child's back break in real time. She developed scoliosis and still suffers from back problems today. Number 7. Ellen Burstyn's injury scream made it into the movie. When demonic Regan throws her mother across the room, Ellen Burstyn hit the wall harder than planned. The wire harness yanked her so violently, it permanently damaged her spine. That gut-wrenching scream when she hits the floor, genuine agony. Not acting, actual injury caught on film. She's never fully recovered from that single take. Number 8. A carpenter lost his thumb, a technician lost his toe. This set was so dangerous, it was literally dismembering the crew. Power tools malfunctioned. Equipment collapsed. Accidents that defied explanation. The carpenter's thumb was severed clean off during construction. The technician's toe was crushed beyond repair by falling equipment. Production continued anyway. Body parts were apparently an acceptable cost. Number 9. Crew members walked off the crucifix scene. When they filmed 12-year-old Linda Blair's disturbing masturbation scene with a crucifix, several crew members couldn't stomach it. They walked off set and never returned. Those who stayed reported nightmares for years afterward. Some sought therapy, others turned to religion. Even hardened Hollywood professionals had their limits. Number 10. The director fired blanks at actors without warning. Friedkin used a starter pistol, loaded with blanks to shock genuine reactions from his cast. No warning, no preparation, just sudden gunfire during emotional scenes. Jason Miller nearly had a heart attack. Other actors dove for cover, thinking they were under actual attack. The terror on their faces, completely authentic. The pea soup vomit hit the wrong actor. The projectile vomiting mechanism was designed to hit Jason Miller, playing Father Karras. Instead, it malfunctioned and blasted the cameraman directly in the face. His reaction of pure disgust and shock was so perfect, they kept it in the movie. Audiences thought it was planned. the cameraman still won't discuss what the mixture actually tasted like. Number 12. Subliminal demon faces were hidden throughout. Blink and you'll miss them. Demonic faces flashed on screen for single frames. One appears during Regan's medical test, another during the kitchen scene with her mother. These weren't special effects. They were actual photographs of death masks and corpses, inserted to create subconscious dread. Most viewers never consciously saw them, but their minds registered the horror. Number 30. The sound effects used real sexual acts. Those disturbing demonic voices, they weren't just distorted dialogue. Sound engineers recorded actual intimate encounters, then warped and layered them into something inhuman. The result was subconsciously disturbing in ways audiences couldn't identify. Your brain knew something was wrong, but couldn't place what. It's audio manipulation at its most psychologically invasive. Number 40. Mercedes Ruehl's scream broke glass. During the psychiatric hospital scene, actress Mercedes Ruehl's scream was so powerful, it actually shattered a light fixture on set. The broken glass crashing down created such a perfect horror moment that Friedkin kept rolling. The accident became part of the scene. Her voice coach later said it was the most primal scream he'd ever heard. Number 15. Real medical footage was used for hospital scenes. Those disturbing medical procedures, some of the footage came from actual hospital procedures. Real patients. Real pain. The line between fiction and reality blurred so completely that audiences couldn't tell where the movie ended and genuine medical trauma began. Even the doctors involved were disturbed by how their footage was used. Theaters had to hire medical staff for screenings. The film caused so many medical emergencies that theaters started keeping paramedics on standby. Heart attacks, fainting spells, people vomiting in the aisles. Some cities required theaters to post warning signs. Others banned the film entirely, calling it a public health hazard. The St. Louis premiere had 17 people hospitalized. Number 17. Linda Blair received death threats. For years, audiences couldn't separate the actress from the character. Linda Blair, still a teenager, received thousands of death threats from people who believed she was actually possessed. She needed police protection at public appearances. Some religious groups called for her to be exorcised in real life. The role destroyed her childhood and haunted her for decades. Number 18. The film spawned real exorcism requests. After the film's release, the Catholic Church was flooded with exorcism requests. Thousands of people convinced they were possessed based solely on seeing the movie. The church had to issue official statements clarifying that demonic possession was extremely rare. Most requests were denied. Some priests blamed the film for creating mass hysteria. Number 9. Ellen Burstyn still suffers from her onset injury. 50 years later, Ellen Burstyn's back injury from that wire harness stunt continues to cause her pain. She's had multiple surgeries, but the damage was too severe to fully repair. When she returned for The Exorcist Believer in 2023, she needed special accommodations due to her permanent disability from the original film. She's literally still paying the price for that one violent take. Number 2. The curse continues with modern productions. Every Exorcist sequel has reported strange accidents and unexplained phenomena, equipment failures, mysterious illnesses, inexplicable delays. Cast and crew from recent productions still whisper about the original curse. Some refuse to work on Exorcist projects entirely. Whether you believe in curses or not, the pattern is undeniable. It started as William Friedkin's vision of ultimate horror. It became something much darker, a documented case of child endangerment and workplace abuse disguised as groundbreaking cinema. The Exorcist didn't just scare audiences, it traumatized its own cast, injured children, and left permanent damage that persists 50 years later. If you're fascinated by the dark side of Hollywood and the real stories behind iconic films, hit subscribe, because the truth behind your favorite movies is often more disturbing than fiction.